Hello, welcome to Pure Pilates. If I haven't met you before, my name is Nikki. The aim of this short introduction is to make sure that you know how to set up your room before you start your session, and also we're going to go through neutral pelvis and how to engage your core so that you can keep yourself safe whilst exercising. So what is Pilates? Pilates is a form of exercise which concentrates on strengthening and toning your body, mainly strengthening your core muscles, which are in the centre here, your innermost muscles, and also on the flexibility of your spine. Also, the exercises are aiming to help you prevent injury and also maybe to correct any injuries that you've had in the past. So for instance, if you broke your ankle, you'd have learned to put your body on one side and put your weight on the other leg, and then when your ankle heals, quite often we carry on walking in that way. So Pilates would look to strengthen the leg where the ankle was broken, and so you can start to walk equally with equal weight on each leg again. That's just a simple example. Okay. Pilates is a safe form of exercise. There's no impact on your joints. It's not a cardio exercise. My Pilates is really quite slow, and it's the fusion of your mind, your body and your spirit, because you're inside and thinking about how your body is working. I know that might sound a bit wacky to start with, but you'll know what I mean when we start. So because of that, it's very good for anxiety and depression, and a lot of the Pilates full sessions, well, all of the full sessions will include a relaxation at the end, which most people seem to enjoy. Anyway, before you get started, you need to find a space where you'll be able to stand and put your arms over your head and around in a circle. I know that's tricky in your house with all your furniture and stuff maybe. And also similarly, you need to be able to lie down and put your arms over your head and around in circles as best you can. I know that it's difficult sometimes. Also, you want to make sure that you've got a quiet space where you're not going to be interrupted. The time is for you. So turn off your phone, you can light some candles, you can put on some soft music in the background, whatever makes that space feel nice for you. Now, if you can stretch to it, a Pilates mat is good. Just notice that these are different to yoga mats. Yoga mats are a lot thinner. If you are going to buy a Pilates mat, make sure you buy the right one. You want one that is 15 millimeters thick. Okay, if you're just starting out and you just want to make do with what you've got, then by all means use your yoga mat, or you might want to use a towel. But if you can work somewhere which has got a bit of cushioning, maybe a carpet on some underlay or on a rug or on a towel, you'll feel a lot more comfortable. Pilates, you roll a lot on your spine, so it can be quite hard if you're on a hard surface. Joseph Pilates didn't bother with a squishy mat, that's for sure. Also, in class we usually work with a block, which is a Pilates block, not a short fat yoga block, and a small cushion. These are really disproportionately expensive. If you can knock one up with a bit of sponge, that would be good. What this is for is so that when you're laying on the mat, your head and neck is kept in line with your spine and you're not dropping or in an awkward position. You can use a rolled up towel, you could use a cushion off your sofa. What else? I don't know. Your sweatshirt maybe. You don't have to have these. I have been working without these since we've gone online. So, just a disclaimer. I'm a fully trained Pilates teacher and I'm insured, but you need to know how to put yourself in neutral and engage your core. So you need to have watched this video before you go on and do any of the others. If you've got any doubts about whether you're fit enough to do these sessions, then consult a medical practitioner. I will continue to cue your core and the safety guidelines all the way through the sessions, but you do need to have done this before you go on to the others. So, enough of all that talking. Let's lay down on the mat. So, you're going to lay down. If you've got a small cushion to put your head on, that would be good. You want to be laying so that your neck is straight with your spine. Some people, they might find it uncomfortable. They'll be laying with their chin up or something if you've got stuff going on with your neck and shoulders. If you can lay with your head flat, either on the small cushion or on the mat, without a big cushion, that's fine. Your knees are going to be hip width apart and your feet are in line with your knees. So your knees are in line with your hip bones. A lot of the time when people first start Pilates, they'll be putting their feet wide and their knees wide. Your hips aren't what you perceive to be around the bones, it's actually the bony bits of your hip at the front. So you need to bring your knees in. And you're going to put your feet in line with your knees and your hips. Okay. So let's talk about our breath. So when you first start Pilates, the breathing seems really complicated. It's a bit like when you start driving. There's a lot to take on board all at once. But if the breathing addles you to start with, don't worry, that will come later on. So when we're laying down and breathing, I want you to breathe in through your nose and take the air down to your belly. So when you're breathing, you breathe in, belly rise. Exhale, belly fall. Put your hand on your abdomen and feel it. Now that's the way we should be breathing day to day. A lot of us don't. So, put your other hand on your chest. So next time when you breathe out, belly falls. And now keep your belly there. So next time you inhale, you're inhaling into your ribs. And you can feel your ribs, I want you to feel them going out sideways. So you're trying for your chest not to raise up, you're trying for your ribs to go out. So the belly's in, breathing into your ribs. Inhaling, ribs go out sideways. Exhaling, ribs come back in. Now, because your tummy's pulled in, your belly's pulled in, it's almost like you've put on a pair of jeans that are one size too small, you've laid on the bed to do the button up. Don't pretend you've never done that. Okay, so you can feel that connection with some muscles under there somewhere. You can feel, those are your core muscles that you've pulled in. Okay. So that's your core engagement. So you've pulled your core muscles in tight. This supports your torso. Okay. So trying to keep that breath going with your core pulled in. So inhaling, ribs expand. Exhaling, ribs come in. Your arms are by your side. Okay, we're going to move. Inhale, and as you exhale, you're rolling your lower back into the mat and you're tilting your hips towards you. So your tailbone might have just lifted up slightly, and now the small arch under your back, we flattened it out. So you can still breathe because you're breathing into your ribs. Your core's working really tight to pull those hips towards you. Inhale, and as you exhale, you're rolling your hips the other way. So now you've got a great big arch under your back. You can feel your spine's lifted off the mat. Inhale, and as you exhale, you're rolling through your spine back the other way, so your back is flat now. Inhale, and as you exhale, you're rolling through your spine, a big arch under your back, your hips are tilted. Keep doing that, you're rolling backwards and forwards. Move on your exhale. Good. Keep going, working with your breath, and gradually reduce your range of movement until your hips become level in the centre. Okay, so your core's engaged, your hips are level. There's still a small arch under your lower back for most people. Some people have a different spine and a flatter back, but your hips are level and your core's pulled in. So this is called neutral pelvis. So your core's engaged, you're in neutral pelvis. So when we exercise on the mat, this is the position that we usually start in. I'll always cue you to engage your core and to be neutral pelvis, if that's what we need to do. Okay, so we'll start our first exercise just for you to understand how that core works. So we're going to do a single leg stretch. So inhale, and as you exhale, you'll move in your right leg along the mat, point your toe and lock your knee. It's hovering just over the mat. Now you can feel that your back wants to arch when you do that, but you're not going to let it because you've got your core engaged. It's keeping your hips in neutral, your pelvis in neutral. Inhale, and as you exhale, you're moving your leg back in and replacing your foot. Inhale, and as you exhale, you're stretching out your left leg, point your toe, lock your knee, keep that core in. Inhale, and as you exhale, you're coming back in. So, if the breathing's addling you, just breathe. Inhale, and as you exhale, your right leg is going away. Now you're trying not to move the rest of your body. Inhale, and as you exhale, you're coming back in. Sometimes we exercise on rollers and that challenges your balance. So pretend that you're balanced on a thin pole. You've really got to keep your balance. Inhale, exhaling back in. We're going to do one more each side. Inhale, exhaling right leg along. Inhale, exhaling back in. Good. Replace your foot. Last one. Inhale, and as you exhale, left leg away. Inhale, exhaling back in. Replace your foot. Okay, well done. So, we have learned what equipment we need, what environment to set ourselves up in, and you've also learned about how to engage your core and how to set your pelvis into neutral, and you've tried that out a little bit with the beginner's single leg stretch. So I hope that that's helped. If there's any problems at all, don't hesitate to contact me either via my website or send me an email or text, and I'll be happy to go through it with you. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the videos. Thank you very much.